Welcome to the Sauce Pod.
Welcome back to the Sauce Pod. I am Taylor, your host of The Sauce, along with Anna here, who is a content creator, marketer, and editor of the Sauce newsletter. We release a new episode wherever you stream your podcast episodes, so Spotify, Apple, on our website, on our Substack, or you can also catch the latest podcast episode as a video on YouTube. So you can see the video part of this and watch us stumbling our way through it. We've also got the Sauce Weekly newsletter that goes out every Monday night. So that'll hit your inboxes if you're subscribed. And if you're not, just head over to the Sauce FFS. That's like Frank, Sugar.
Yes.
.substack.com, and you'll find our Substack and everything that we have linked in there, archiving back some really good past editions as well. And we hang out on Twitter Spaces as well, quite a bit, probably more often than usual these days. But we dig into a lot of these more topical things that matter to creators in the day-to-day. So if you ever want to hear us or catch us live and tune in and maybe even share some thoughts or two, definitely check out what we're doing on Twitter Spaces. So let's kick it off, Anna. We've got a lot to cover today. We're talking about Instagram and what Instagram is doing with Reels. And no, it's not monetizing creators anymore. Sorry. That was in last week's edition.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what Twitter is doing to start priority ranking for tweet replies. We're going to be talking about Meta, and Meta is saying goodbye to NFTs on Instagram and Facebook. That was big news. I think that came out like late last week, and people are all over it on Twitter. So I can't wait to go into that one. TikTok has been given an ultimatum by the government. TikTok is also doing a pretty cool, interesting Sephora collab that will benefit creators who are in the beauty space on TikTok. And then for AI stuff today, we've got quite a bit. LinkedIn AI, Google AI, GPT-4, which is insane. Copilot came out with Microsoft. Midjourney has a new V5 update. Lots of stuff to dive into with that, but we'll cover all the good AI stuff at the end. So, Anna, tell me what is going on with this whole Reels thing on Instagram, and why is it basically exactly what TikTok is doing?
Oh, okay. So I haven't seen TikTok do this. I've been on TikTok enough to see it do this, but so I didn't know they were
Okay.
copying TikTok.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a new feature that was cool, but no, Instagram's just copying again. It's fine. So basically, this feature is kind of, if you're a forgetful person like me, this is basically helping you access your recently shared reels and then makes it easy to reshare that video to whoever. But you'll also be able to see within a little profile sticker or your friend's PFP who you've already shared that video to, so that way you're not resharing it again to the same person.
Gotcha. Okay.
So basically, whenever you hit the share button, actually,
Yeah.
or maybe it's the search button, you'll see where your latest shares will pop up there.
That's a nice little handy feature.
Yeah, but I didn't know TikTok was already doing it.
Well, so I may have misspoke. This is again like fact checkers, please at me on this one because I don't know. I was thinking it's the TikTok has like that repost feature, but it's not that.
Okay,
Have you
yeah,
seen that on
no.
TikTok where like you can just
Yes,
like
I've seen
repost
that.
anything to your feed? So this basically what just like organizes the stuff that
Your
you've
latest
already sent to your
shares.
friends. Okay, because I was
Yeah.
gonna say for me, like the common use case would be like I end up sending the same meme to like the same 5 people probably 10 times.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're like, "Taylor, stop. You already sent me this. Like, we're done with that." And I'm just
Yeah.
like, "But it's so funny." No.
No, we already
No.
saw it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw it. So now this feature can help. I mean, that's great as a user too. And I mean, I don't know on the creator side of it what that looks like, but I'm here for it. It'll keep me on Instagram, that's for sure. Let's talk about what Meta is doing with this whole NFT pulling the plug on Facebook and Instagram. This is another one of those stories where we were talking about this when it came out, like late last year.
Mhm.
We're like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, now on Insta, you could probably like dig through our archives. It's like you can find the one
May
that said."
2022. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
like
like, "This is so exciting."
I
Yeah.
feel like we were just talking about like the shiny effect on the Instagram posts.
With a shimmer, yeah.
Yes, the shimmer. So
Yeah.
what's going on?
So they're shutting the NFT, I guess, venture feature down. So they introduced it in May 22, and I know at least all US users were able to use it during that
Mhm.
time. And then just this last week, they announced they are shutting it down so that they're able to focus their efforts more on other ways to support creators, people, and businesses. I should have put that in quote unquote because we talked about, I think it was last week, that they closed down the Reels bonus play. I think that's the name of it program,
Mhm.
which both of these, both NFTs and the Reels program, Reels Play bonus program, sorry, are features that support creators. But you're going to shut them down so they can focus
Yes.
on other ways to support creators.
This is just Zuckerberg chasing shiny objects again and being like,
Yeah.
"Okay, we can pause that, but, like, let's build out this, like, ridiculous VR multi-billion dollar
Hmm.
investment to, like, further our VR efforts, and it still looks like garbage."
And let's start a Twitter, right? And
Let's
let's
start a
start a
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah. It's like literally epitome of like just like let's throw all the spaghetti. I do miss the roots of Instagram quite a bit. And like I know that this has been a
Hmm.
sentiment that we've talked about and tons of creators have talked about for months and months and months of if not the better
Hmm.
part of a year of like what happened to old Instagram where it was just like photo sharing because that still lacks now if Instagram is
Yeah,
doing all these other things, focusing and Meta is focusing on all of these other like initiatives. Like, all we want is some basic social decency.
that's it.
And we don't need all these other things. Like, sure, maybe
Hmm.
NFTs wasn't the move to start with, but to like roll out this whole initiative and then just pull the plug on it like this, it's kind of a bummer to see, honestly.
No, it is. So, bye bye NFTs.
I would speculate that they'll be dabbling in NFTs again. And I think from my understanding too, they're pulling support for NFTs. I was going through some of like the Twitter threads this weekend, and some people were saying, like, well, you can still have your NFT if you're like legacy NFT before they shut this program down.
Hmm.
It'll still show with the metadata, I think, but they're just killing support for the ability to
New
like
ones.
upload your future or new, yeah, NFTs. But if I had to speculate, I would say that they'll come back around with this like crypto and like digital asset, digital collectible stuff. They just won't call it
Hmm.
NFTs the next time around.
Right.
That's what we're seeing with a lot of these like platforms. They're all like, yes, we have digital collectibles, also known
Yeah.
as non-fungible tokens,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
NFTs. Like, so once the great rebrand happens and it's been instilled into the masses, like Meta will go after it again and be like, we invented this.
Yeah, we were here first.
Yeah, we did this. Anyways, let's talk about what is going on with Twitter and this priority ranking situation, though. Like, give me the scoop.
I I don't remember when we talked about this because it's been a little while, but Twitter Blue, if you have the subscription, your tweets are already supposed to be priority ranked. But now Musk is saying that Twitter will prioritize replies for any Twitter Blue
Mhm.
accounts. So the way the ranking will work is people you follow and then verified accounts and then unverified accounts.
Okay. And this is in prioritizing like replies to tweets, right?
Replies, yeah, yes,
Okay.
yeah. They're working on their algorithm. As we've seen, they've had some issues.
Well, they talked about like a couple weeks ago, Musk was like, we're going to make the algorithm public, but that didn't happen yet.
We did talk about that.
I've seen
Yeah, I
grumblings of
think
people being like, "Where
right.
is it? Like, what's the deal?" And I wanna see it too because it's gonna I mean, at the same time of it, like, being accessible and giving all of us creators insight into, like, what is it that's making this content
Mhm.
surfaceable, there's also the idea that, like, Musk is definitely gonna get some free support out of it because
Mhm.
people will be able to critique or add suggestions or ideas to, the open algorithm as they see it. But this is interesting. So like I guess it's a good thing that there's clarity being given to the priority ranking of, something like replies, but it also just makes me want more clarity into the algorithm. So I
Right.
will wait until that happens,
Here's
but this is
something.
interesting.
Yeah, they're also Twitter's down ranking any accounts owned by like Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and Meta. So TikTok,
Oh,
19 of TikTok's accounts got downgraded, including TikTok US, TikTok Sports, and TikTok Support. And basically, they're trying to
wow.
keep their competition off the For You page.
Interesting.
That's what Twitter's doing.
I could go on a whole diatribe about how the system is so rigged, and like the irony of a billionaire coming into the grips of one of the largest great democratizers of technology and then doing everything to game the system and be like,
Yeah.
nothing is rigged. This is what the people said and wanted. Like, just so it's just like such juxtaposing arguments to me. But whatever. It's Elon's app. We're living in it.
We're just living in it. Yeah.
We're just living in it. We're just dealing with it. I have no expectations of objective or unbiased activity anymore on there because let's be honest, it would be hard for him to do that. All right, well, interesting stuff about Twitter. Do we have any other Twitter news this week, or we
No,
kept that part pretty
thankfully.
short, right?
We
Okay.
That's all I really saw on them
All
this week,
right.
thankfully. So,
Let's move over to TikTok because we do have a couple updates on TikTok, and it's not the repost feature that I erroneously stated earlier, but what is going on over on TikTok? What are the two updates?
the first one, I guess the Biden administration is basically forcing ByteDance to either sell TikTok or they're going to be banned in the US. So I think they like sent over some data safeguards that they were going to follow to kind of appease our government,
Mhm.
but their plans were rejected by the Committee on Foreign Investment in the US. So TikTok is now, I guess, expressing their disappointment on the outcome and being potentially banned if they don't get sold. And they are, quote unquote, considering their options. So that's kind of your next step
Interesting.
in the banning of TikTok from the US.
Either one of two things is going to happen, right? Like either they're going to get banned
Hmm.
and because ByteDance refuses to sell or just doesn't find a buyer, or they're not going to get banned and they're going to continue on. And like if they do get banned, there's just going to be another like copycat app that pops up, and I'm sure that some tech startups are probably already like, "Ooh, if
Right.
TikTok goes away, like this is our chance to shine."
Or Meta's gonna try to be like, oh,
Oh my god.
Reels, we still have Reels.
Oh god. Oh, I hope not. It would
Yeah.
probably be YouTube Shorts, you know what? Like,
Yeah.
I could see that being like YouTube Shorts is a moment to consume the creator share of, short form vertical video. Forget
Or
fucking
e-
Reels, let's be honest.
or Elon brings back Vine, or that happens.
Yes. Finally, dude, he talked about
Yeah.
that for a
He
while
did
in
when
the
he first
beginning.
bought
He
it.
was like,
Yeah.
"Remember Vine? How funny would it be?" And everyone was like, "Don't fucking joke like that, Elon, unless you're gonna do it."
Right. We need it back.
Some of us feel some type of way about Vine, and
Right.
you bringing this up is triggering me. God, I would love
Uh,
that. Vine would be sick. They
That'd be
did
awesome.
say at some point he did say that they were working on, like, integrating more video on Twitter. Do you remember that? Like, a couple months back after the whole Elon
Yeah.
takeover, it was like, "Twitter 2.0 will have a lot of video," and
Right. And there
God
was some
knows.
part of there's something about having like a six or ability to upload like up to 60 minutes or something like that on
Yeah.
Twitter. But then he fired
Yeah.
all the developers, so there's that.
Oh my god,
That could be what's
RIP.
slowing it down.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, let's be honest, like, 2 people work at Twitter still, so
Yeah.
and Elon's one of them.
Elon and his cousin.
You're
Yeah.
not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Poor Twitter, are you guys okay? Like, put a sign up in the window or
They're
something, like,
not okay. They can't be okay.
"Is Twitter okay?" Nobody knows.
No.
Alright, Sephora collab. What's going on with that, by the way?
Yeah, so Sephora, I guess Sephora and TikTok are teaming up to create what they're calling an incubator program. So it'll connect TikTok creators with 12 brands from Sephora's Accelerate program starting in 2016, and that program offers resources and mentorship to new emerging brands that have come onto Sephora's platform. So
Okay.
basically, they didn't release which brands those would be, but I think this will be huge for those brands and the creators that pick those brands up because
Mhm.
TikTok has over 1 billion monthly active users and beauty brands go viral on TikTok all the time. So the hashtag beauty talk has 35.4 billion views. Like beauty brands like The Ordinary have had a 426% spike in sales. Glow Recipe had a 600% increase after, starting to grow on TikTok. So this partnership will, allow Sephora to help out these different brands on TikTok.
Nice. I think this is
So,
a noteworthy one too because there are so many beauty creators. Like Oftentimes when I hear content creator, one of my immediate like reactions, it's no longer this because I'm now a content creator myself, but like for the longest time, like content creator, oh, so like a makeup influencer. Like that is my
Right.
immediate like
Yeah.
association. And I think it's the same way for a lot of people, or at least feminine women who watch that kind of content and consume it. So I think it's a big one because there are a lot of beauty creators out there as well. And this is basically like via TikTok, but a direct line to be able to like work with Sephora to create UGC,
Mhm.
get seen for like campaigns and things like that. So it's cool to see that. And it's an incubator for beauty founders or beauty creators of color, right?
I missed that part. Yeah.
No, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Like, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to see that one kind of unfold. I feel like TikTok's really been making strides in like being able to give creators on the platform more of a voice,
Authority.
money,
Yeah.
authority. Like,
Yeah.
really TikTok is being like, okay, you guys, here's all of the things that you need to succeed, no matter what your niche is. Like, we got something for you if you're a creator. So it's cool to see that. YouTube's the only other one that right now that I'm just like, yes, yes, yes.
Agreed.
Reels, Meta, Instagram, we're not gonna
Struggling.
address that. No
Struggling.
comment.
Comment.
Okay, all right. Well, good to hear. TikTok, always a pleasure. Give us the AI scoop, starting with LinkedIn. What do we have
Yeah.
this week?
This one's exciting. So LinkedIn is going to add AI tools in the future. They are not out yet. So hopefully it'll take the pain out of creating like your perfect profile or job description if you're a hiring manager. So one of the tools will be able to scan your profile for skills and experience, and then it'll suggest copy for you to
Okay.
add to other sections within your LinkedIn profile. Of course, LinkedIn is, recommending that users review and edit all this content so that these suggestions actually,
Can you
match
imagine?
your accuracy and tone, and they're actually accurate to your job
Can
experience.
you
Yeah, it'd be
imagine? It's
so
like
funny.
from 2016 to 2020, Taylor was president of the United States.
Yeah. Just like, okay.
It's just like spewing all kinds of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
That could
what'll
happen.
happen. No, I'm sure
Yeah.
LinkedIn probably has some parameters around it that are more
Hopefully.
strict.
And then the second one is supposed to help streamline the hiring process. So this will
Mhm.
generate like job descriptions based on
Oh,
whatever
nice.
information you provide about the role. So basically, it's like a writing assistant right there in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So this will roll out to LinkedIn premium subscribers over the next few months. I think eventually it'll come to free people on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn
That'll be
stepping into the
great.
AI
You know
game.
what
Yeah.
I would love if they added like an auto reply feature to all of those like cold sales pitches that I get on LinkedIn. I don't respond to them, but if I did, if I had some sort of like an AI, like, nope, say no in this
Yeah.
tone of voice.
Right.
Like, what would that sound like?
No, thank you.
And
Yeah.
yeah, no, thank you. AI tech is getting into like every platform, you guys. Everything that we know and use as like
Mhm.
marketers and creators and writers and designers, like whatever your role is, I guarantee you it's going to be touched by AI in the year to come, if not sooner. But that's not all that we have on the AI scoop. We also what's the Google AI situation?
This one's a lot. Yeah. So it's Google saying that the following, I guess, list of AI tools will be coming to like all of their, I guess,
Hmm.
workspace apps is what they call it. So you'll be able to draft, reply, and summarize and prioritize all of your Gmails with AI. Brainstorm, proofread, write in within Docs. You'll be able to auto generate images, audio, and video within Slides. You can go
Okay.
from raw data to insights and analysis via auto completion, formula generation, and contextual categorization in Sheets. Ugh, those are so many words. Generate new backgrounds and capture notes within Google Meet and enable workflows for getting things done in chat.
Nice.
It's a lot of different AI brainstorming tools and writing tools within all of Google's like Google Suite. So it'll be interesting to see it when it actually does show up.
Well, it's like about time that Google finally pulls the trigger on
Yeah.
integrating some of this because everyone's kind of been waiting to see what Google, is going to do.
They've been
obviously with
tiptoeing around it.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and then you have, like, Microsoft and Bing just full force ahead with GPT-4 and
Mhm.
ChatGPT. So, obviously, like, Google's suite of products and tools is probably the universal language more than any other tool. Maybe some of
Mhm.
our social media accounts, but for, like, people who are running businesses, marketing, creating content, I guarantee you that you probably use something from Google every week, if not every day, in your workflow. So I'm really excited about this update,
They
actually.
need to put something within analytics to just make it easier to
Oh my
navigate
God.
and read overall. There's so much there.
Yeah.
I
And
get
you could
lost.
create, now that ChatGPT, GPT-4 has an open API, you could probably
Oh, that's
find,
true.
this is just a random riffing thought, but like I bet that there's a way to create a data visualization dashboard where you integrate ChatGPT and all of your data, and you type in and say like, okay, generate me a report that shows da 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 da, and then it would pull it.
Mm, that's a good point.
Oh my God, I
I'm
bet
gonna
it would
try
do
that.
that. Oh
We should
yeah,
try
please
that right after
do.
this. Yeah.
That would be so
We'll
cool.
post
Yeah,
the case
no,
study. Yeah.
I bet it would work actually. Why don't you actually tell us about ChatGPT-4, because I have a lot of context to add to that.
ChatGPT-3 is definitely getting replaced at their job with
Mhm.
GPT-4. So, people are already using this. We've already seen a hand-drawn sketch on a napkin.
Mhm.
Someone uploaded that to GPT-4 and it spit out code to turn that into a functional website. One user had it generate recipes based off of a photo of some groceries.
Yeah.
Another said they had it recreate code for the arcade game Pong in less than a minute. And GPT-4 is starting to get integrated into Duolingo Link to help learners there practice their conversation skills.
Oh my
Stripe,
god.
the payment tool, is using it to advise developers on technical matters. Khan Academy, I guess, was impressed with the top score that GPT-4 got on
Mhm.
all of its exams. So it's launching a pilot to have the chatbot actually tutor students and help teachers plan lessons. So GPT-4 has all of these new features that, can analyze images, be more creative than ChatGPT-3. It's crazy. It's insane what it's
Yeah.
starting to do. So I hadn't signed up for Plus yet because I'm a cheap person. And I tried to sign up for it today and it says that they, have an influx of users
Oh,
signing up
yeah.
for it.
You picked the
And it did
wrong
not allow me
day,
to.
sister, to try to sign up, because all day today, it was just, like, maxed out. I couldn't get in anything. I upgraded my GPT-4, which, by the way, so, like, ChatGPT is by OpenAI. OpenAI has developed multiple language learning models. GPT-4 is the latest iteration, which can be used in the same sort of a context as ChatGPT. And when you're in
Mhm.
it, so when you upgrade to ChatGPT Plus, I think it's $20 a month is what
Yeah.
it's cost at this current time, but it might be changing soon because the demand is so crazy. So when you upgrade, then you automatically get access to ChatGPT 4. But it's interesting because you can actually change in there. There's a drop down when you start a new chat in ChatGPT to
Mhm.
identify which language model you want to use in that current chat. So you can kind of play around and test between them, but you can either use GPT-3, GPT 3.5, or GPT
Mm.
4. So I've been playing around with it quite a bit. I was just having fun with it over the weekend. I was like, let me create a story based on, like, here's the setting, write me a story. And I was like playing around with like some fantasy hooks and angles just to do kind of a short story to like see what I could really do with this tool. And it was so like
Mhm.
detailed and incredibly like just robust with language. So then I was like, okay, create an image prompt description for what this main character would look like. And it did.
Mhm.
It was like, imagine. So it like did the whole Midjourney prompt, and I was able to take that and put it into like Midjourney and then to start to like visualize like, okay, what do the characters look like of this story? And it was wild just going through that experience and seeing like how
That's cool.
unlimited the like
Yeah.
capabilities are, and it's getting so good. Like GPT-4 now can really write some of these prompts, which leads us to, I wanted to mention Midjourney as well, which
Mhm.
Midjourney V5, if you're not using Midjourney already, you should be. It's amazing. Midjourney is a stable diffusion image generation model that's accessible via Discord, and there's a free version or there's a premium version. I upgraded to the premium version, and last week they rolled out V5 of their image algorithm version. So V4 was the latest one that's been out for a few months, and then V5 is like the new machine learning model that I guess they generate
Mhm.
on it. And the crazy part about like V5 is that it's gotten so much, it's so different from V4 because it actually accepts inputs that are more like spoken like in natural language, whereas with different prior versions of Midjourney, you would have to like, you could just write in keywords separated by commas, orange, comma,
Yeah.
couch in a yard, comma, sunshine, comma, fireflies, whatever. And with V5, like it really prioritizes or gives you better outputs when you write it as though you're talking to somebody. So like imagine vintage orange couch nestled between two trees in a yard or something like that. So like you're almost like telling a story, which gives it really like infinite possibilities when you're using it in tandem with a tool like GPT, because you can
Mhm.
have it kind of describe something as though it's telling someone, and then you can put it in to Midjourney and play around with it, and it's just so cool. I could go on, but I was like nerding out so
That's
hard this
super cool.
weekend.
Do you have to pay in order to access, what is it, V5?
Actually, yes, I think you
Okay.
do. I think you do. I think I pay like $10 a month for my Midjourney subscription, and I get like 250 generations or something like that. I never hit my limit. I've gotten close, but I've
Mhm.
never hit my limit. So it works for me. It's good, but I want to say that you have to have like the premium subscription in order to get it, cuz they rolled it out in
Oh,
like
yeah, of
kind of
course, yeah,
trickled
makes sense.
batches. Another thing is, like, they've gotten better with hands and fingers and appendages.
Finally, I saw your meme.
Yeah,
It was
I
so
tweeted
good.
out a meme last week that was like, "RIP to, like, the polydactyl
Where it's
era
like
of
12
Midjourney."
fingers.
Yeah, they all have,
So
like, mangled
scary.
hands. That is
Yes.
what, like, if you use any of the previous versions of Midjourney, they all have this, like, really specific aesthetic, but you'll see they're not good, it's not good with, like, limbs and all that. So some of
No.
that was fixed in the latest
Scary.
version, and then also, like, realism and photorealism is, like, insane with V5. You can actually, like, generate what looks to be, like, perfect stock images of whether it's,
Oh my
like, an
gosh.
interior location of people, like, these are people
Mhm.
who've never existed. There's a website for that. It's
So
called
weird.
thispersondoesnotexist.com, and it's all
Yeah.
AI generated. But, like, this version of Midjourney is perfect for that because it creates such
Mhm.
realistic results and output. So that's really the main difference. V4 is kind of more fantasy or, like, more open to abstract interpretation. I'm probably just rambling, but this is a big deal for creators who are in
Yeah,
Midjourney.
no,
This
it
is, like,
is.
what we've been looking for and needing for quite some time. So I'm very
Mhm.
excited that like it's finally here. So between GPT-4 and Midjourney and all these other crazy updates, it's like it's hard to keep a pulse on what's going on.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah.
We do some Friday Twitter spaces. So if you're listening to this, come join us on every Friday. We do a Twitter space where we talk about this stuff. But even those, like, we can't ever cover everything because there's just so much happening. But we try. Anna and I try in our sauce every
Right.
week. It's just like it's so much to keep a pulse on, you guys, and it's getting out of
Mhm.
hand every day. New products are popping up. Everything is an open API at this point. It's like a free for all, and it's fun.
Oh, I saw the coolest video, I'm gonna have to find it and link it, but this guy was showing basically how he used all of, like, social media apps, open API,
Yeah.
to basically integrate them all together however it works. I'm not a developer or don't know much on that side of things. So that when he posted a video on one social app, it would
Uh
then
huh.
go and automatically, instead of having to download it with the tool that removes the logo, it went and automatically posted it to every single other platform in the right format, without any Instagram or TikTok logo put on the video, all just automatically by
And
itself.
he just like bootstrap hacked it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love seeing people do shit like that. I mean, that's essentially like what some of these larger social platforms do. They just wrap it in like fancy UX and UI, and then they sell it to you for like $400 a month and you're like, "Okay." But it's the
Right.
same shit, you know? Like that's
Right.
so cool. I love seeing that. Tell us about Copilot. That's our last AI update that we have for today.
It's basically similar to what Google is doing,
Yeah.
but for Microsoft's 365 app. So it's combining
Mhm.
like any AI so that you're able to build reports that you can then, call yourself a productivity beast, I guess is the quote that I found on their website. So bad.
No.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but this is why Bing has always been number 2.
Yeah, people don't, that's not
Productivity beast?
words.
No.
No, 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 no. Yeah, so you'll be able to like transcribe meetings live, summarize your conversations,
Mhm,
refine your emails, edit them. So it's basically like having another personal AI assistant.
mhm, but just, like, integrated.
Yes, yeah. So
Awesome. Alright, well, I think that wraps up everything that we covered. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add, Anna? I know we had some sauce snippets. One of them's about GPT-4.
I didn't dive too deep into this one, but it's a tool that will it basically makes it easy to extract data from documents and then be able to like, talk kind of to the document or search it basically, or I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't tried it using GPT-4. So it looks like a really cool
Okay.
tool. So I linked it in there for you guys.
I love these ones, these little tools that pop is it like a plugin or like a
Mhm. I think
oh, we
so,
love
yeah.
that. Love to see it. Awesome. Well, we did it. Speaking of all things AI, last Friday we had a great Twitter Spaces with the AI Hive. I was there. Heather Cooper was there. Linus, Matt Wolf, Billawall. Oh God, there. It was just like it was a packed room. It was awesome. I think Omar was there for a bit. Of course, like our Food Fight Studios gang was there. It was packed. By the end of it, I think it had like 1,200 people had viewed it, like, by the time we, like, ended the space, and then it's only kind of gone up from there. It was great. We kinda broke down the big updates of this week, which again or last week was GPT-4, some of this Microsoft news, Midjourney V5, and it was a quite a fascinating conversation. We talked for, like, 3 hours almost, I think, and it is the place to be, you guys, if you're looking for, like, a place to kind of hang out with friendly people who are exploring AI, building in it, creating communities, creating spaces, and like just really like sharing the knowledge and even speculating a little bit with your friends. Like come hang out with us on Fridays because we do them every Friday and it is a fantastic time. It's hosted by Heather B. Cooper and myself. So come swing by and say hi. I'll make sure to link it in the newsletter and future newsletters as well. So, yeah, I'm excited for this week too. I can only imagine what it's like to be in like a tech newsroom right now with all of these AI
Oh
updates happening
yeah.
constantly, the reporter pitches, the embargoes coming in. It is one thing after another. And I know that this week is probably going to be no different. I have a feeling there's going
Mhm.
to be some more releases. So we'll continue keeping the pulse on all things, not just social, but also AI, because it's the tools
Mhm.
and the stuff
Mhm.
that's like shaping how we work every day. Anna, how often do you use AI tools in your day to day?
5 out of 8 hours, 5 out of 12
Yeah,
hours. Yeah, no,
right?
however many hours.
It's just
It's a
time
tab that is
consuming.
open. It is GPT is a tab that is open on my computer 24/7. It does not
Always.
get
Yeah.
closed out.
It
Yeah,
doesn't get closed. 100%. I took the hard road and went to Jasper today when GPT was down.
so did I.
I did that. Yeah, I did that. I sat in there. We got through it together, but it was hard.
Yeah, it was
Jasper
difficult.
is doing its
Sorry,
thing.
Jasper.
We should do a deep dive on Jasper one of these days because they are doing like Jasper really has a different approach than like
Mhm.
OpenAI does. And Jasper, I think, can be used in tandem, but it's also like with different expectation of outputs. Like everything
Yeah.
in the AI space, there's so many tools for every single thing now. You know, writing is no different. It just so happens to be that ChatGPT is sort of at the forefront of that. But there are other tools around that can do it just as well. I mean, maybe just as well. We should put it to the test one of these days.
We should do it. Compare them side by side. Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bid our audience farewell. Thanks for tuning in this episode. And don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, thesauceffs.substack.com. You can find all of our weekly newsletters there, our old archives, catch all of our podcasts, or you can stream us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. That's where we hang out. So also share with your friends if you like what we're talking about, because we would love to spread the sauce. We would love to spread the sauce. All
Dish it
right.
out.
Yes, I know. We could do pun after pun. I love it.
Oh,
All right,
we love
guys. Till next week.
it. Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Sauce Pod. Hope you enjoyed yourself, maybe even learned a thing or two. Don't forget, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. You can also subscribe to our newsletter that goes out every Monday night. All of the latest and greatest tips, news, and trends for content creators and digital entrepreneurs. Until next time, stay saucy.